If you're an out-of-state investor looking at buying property in the North Carolina mountains, there are a few mistakes we see over and over again. And the reality is, most of them don't show up until after you've already closed. That's when it gets expensive. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the top 3 mistakes out-of-state investors make and how to avoid them so you can make a smart, profitable decision from the start. Mistake number 1, not understanding the terrain. The first and probably biggest mistake is not fully understanding what it means to own property in the mountains. On paper, a property might look incredible. A great price, amazing views, plenty of acreage, but what you don't see online can make or break that investment. We're talking about things like steep roads, gravel access, sharp switchbacks, elevation changes. And here's where this becomes a problem for investors. If a property is difficult to access, especially in the winter, it can directly impact those rental bookings, guest reviews, and maintenance costs. For example, a cabin that can look amazing in photos but requires 4-wheel drive or feels intimidating to get to, that's going to limit your audience. And fewer potential guests equals lower occupancy. So how can you avoid this? You want to make sure you're always evaluating that year-round access, road conditions, proximity to main roads. And if you're not local, this is where having someone on the ground who knows the area is absolutely critical. The second mistake is assuming you can rent the property however you want. This one catches a lot of out-of-state buyers off guard. So not every property in the high country is short-term rental friendly. Depending on the area, you can run into things like HOA restrictions, town zoning limitations. For example, areas around Boone and Blowing Rock, they have more restrictions compared to places like Beech Mountain, Sugar Mountain, and Banner Elk, where short-term rentals are more common and accepted. So how do you avoid this? Before you ever go under contract, verify rental rules, review HOA docs, and confirm with local professionals. Never assume, always confirm. The third biggest mistake is overestimating how much income the property will generate. This usually happens when buyers do the following. They look at peak season rates, they see top performing listings online, or they rely on overly optimistic projections. But what they don't factor in is seasonality, vacancy rates, management fees, and cleaning costs. Maintenance and repair costs also are a factor. So while the property might bring in strong numbers during ski season or fall, you still have to make sure you're accounting for slower periods throughout the year. And if your numbers only work in a best case scenario, that's a risky investment. So how do you avoid this? Look at it conservatively. Look at conservative projections. Use real rental data when it's possible and factor in all expenses, not just the purchase price. If anything, you should underestimate income and overestimate expenses. That's how you're going to stay safe. Here's a quick bonus insight we see a lot with our out-of-state investors. They try to create a property that's both a high-performing rental and a personal vacation home. And while that absolutely can work, it usually leads to things like lower rental income, more personal use, and a property that doesn't fully excel at either. There's nothing wrong with that, but you just need to go in with realistic expectations. At the end of the day, investing in the high country mountains can be a great opportunity, but it's very different from investing in a flat suburban market. The terrain, the regulations, and the seasonality all play a role. And the investors who do the best here are the ones who understand the market, they ask the right questions, and make decisions based on data, not just emotion. If you're an out-of-state buyer thinking about investing in the high country and want help evaluating properties, running numbers, or understanding which areas fit your goals, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help. My name is Terri Boyer. I'm with Mountain Life Realty powered by Keller Williams High Country. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. I've got a lot more content coming to help you make a smart real estate decision here in the high country. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.